IntellivisionDude here, and this is my guide to buying retro games on the internet. You know, a lot of people everybody knows about the flea markets, the thrift stores, the Goodwill stores, their yard sales, and all that stuff. You know, there's always some people like myself who don't always do so good with those kind of things. We don't always live in the best cities, so sometimes we have to depend on the internet to buy our games. So I'm going to show you a bunch of different sites that you may or may not have known about where you can buy retro games. And this might be a long video. We all know about eBay, so I'm going to skip that one. But a lot of people don't know about half.com, that is through eBay. I have gotten a lot of good stuff through half.com. Side Pocket 424 shipped. Jordan vs. Bird for the Genesis 424 shipped. And so on. If you're wondering what that loud noise is, that is my system fan on my computer. It's as loud as an airplane engine. You can get a lot of good Genesis games off of this site and Amazon for almost dirt cheap, especially the common ones or even the slightly uncommon ones. You'd be surprised. Sometimes you can find them as cheap on eBay, but a lot of times you find them cheaper here. I don't understand that. Like on Amazon here, there's this seller who sells most of his games for 1 penny, and then he sells them for $3.99 shipping. I don't know how this dude makes any money selling his games for a penny. With Double Dribble, I got off that guy. Fire Shark for the Genesis, I got off that guy. Both for about like a penny, no more than maybe 20 cents for the game, $3.99 shipping. And there's a few people that do that, and they hang around places like Amazon. This past winter I bought a lot of stuff there. And then there's all these marketplaces on some of these websites, like Atari Age. Atari Age is where I spend most of my day in the Intellivision forums, but they also have a marketplace where a lot of people buy and sell stuff left and right. Good, honest people. There are some rip-off people on rare occasions, but it is very rare. It is mainly all honest people who buy and sell here. They even have their own feedback system. And then there's also Nintendo Age. Also has a huge marketplace, maybe bigger than Atari Age's marketplace. Maybe a little bit bigger than Atari Age's. Not a lot bigger, but a little bit bigger. I bought a lot of stuff here as well over the winter when I had money. Back when I had money, I like to say it. Digipress, I'll be putting links to all these. Digipress, it was probably the first one that I found when I got back into retro gaming. This is where I got my Intellivision again. You'd be surprised how generous some of these people are. Not all these people, but some of them are like super generous. They don't overcharge for stuff. They have their own system here. Like, they have their own system of what they think. Some of these people do, not everybody, but some of these people have a system of what they think things are worth, and it's always way under the eBay value. You can always get things here pretty dirt cheap on these sites here. Why do I have that one open? I don't know. Here's another one, Racket Boy. Another huge marketplace. I've only bought one thing here, but it also looks like another honest place. Has their own feedback thing. This is where I got my mystery box. That mystery package that I got earlier this year that I did an unboxing for. And it looks like he's doing another one. Looks like he did another mystery box. He's still doing these. Yep, last edited November 3rd. Pretty cool. One of them is, 3 of them are not claimed yet too. I think he also said there's going to be one system. Yeah, an actual system will be in one of the boxes, I think. I believe that's what I read. Well, let's move on. One that I don't go to, but they also do have a marketplace, and that's Sega16.com. Because their marketplace is real tiny. Not many people selling stuff here, period, but it is another option. This one here is called GameTZ.com, Game Trading Zone. This is mainly more of the modern games and systems, and people really do more trading here than they do selling. But there's still a huge people selling a lot of stuff here. They have a lot of different sections, even a retro section. Retro section, of course, is not as big, but people are really big into trading here, and it is they make a big deal out of it too. These mega trades. And this is the kind of website that if you're not active for a while, they'll send you a reminder saying you better log in or we'll cancel your account, because they're really into keeping everybody active in the trading here. Don't know how honest everybody is, but this is a pretty big site. Someone was actually just trying to sell some Atari stuff here too, I think. I bought a couple things from here. It's not that bad. Amazon. I already showed you Amazon, didn't I? Now we're on to the websites that just sell retro games. Atari2600.com. I can't recommend this site enough. And we'll click on Intellivision because that's what I usually buy. This might be a two-parter, depends on how long it takes me here. They sell the game systems, if they have any, the game boxes, if they have any, the overlays, the games themselves, at a reasonable price. The instruction manuals, and even my favorite section, they call it Naked Ladies and Wounded Warriors. Here is where you might find games with no labels, worn labels, torn labels, and they sell them at a bargain price. 50-cent games, dollar games. It's great stuff, and their shipping is really cheap too. I could go on more, but let's move on. The Goat Store, I bought stuff from them too. They have different systems, Atari, television. Same thing, great stuff, cheap prices. One I have not bought from, but I've heard good things about, Stone Age Gamer. I'm going to list a few that I haven't bought from, but I've heard good things about. They have the same thing in television, Atari, Super Nintendo, Genesis. I'm just going to click on to see what takes me. They have a bunch of games. Looks like also affordable prices. Very affordable. Maybe a couple overpriced. Like, I don't think Chip Shot Golf is $23, but hey, especially card only, I can get that cheaper off eBay. But most of their common games are really cheap. One I have not bought from because they don't really have a checkout. They have a you have to message the dude, but he has a huge selection. I keep clicking on Intellivision, but that's what I'm used to doing. He's got a long list of games here. Heard good things about him, but never bought from him. And that's called cardandcollectiblegames.com. Tradinggames.com. I've heard good things about them, just never bought from them. I might be able to make this in one video here. But once again, dollar games, 95 cents for commons. Pretty cheap if you're looking for just one game in particular, and not a whole lot of them. Never bought from them. And even some of the more uncommon games, if he has any, are not expensive. Not so far anyway. This is I don't know how many are subscribed to Classic Games Revisited on YouTube, but he has his own store now, and he also sells retro games. Looks like he keeps getting more games in all the time too, because he was just starting. Never bought from him yet, but the dude's on YouTube. I don't think he's gonna rip you off. And he's got his own channel, really reputable reviews that he does for retro games. I don't know what his prices are. Might be a little high, but you know it's going to be reputable. Now here's one that I hear a lot of good things about, 4Js. Everybody talks about 4Js. My only complaint was that their shipping was expensive. But I guess what someone told me is that they use UPS, but if you want USPS, you just message them and then they might be able to ship it cheaper. But so far with the UPS, it's just ridiculous. Not saying this is a bad site. I've heard great things about these guys. They have everything, is what I've heard. Let's move on. Opcode or Opcode, or how I pronounce it. This is just for ColecoVision. This is where you get some of the ColecoVision homebrews, like the Pac-Man collection. Oh, I skipped something, didn't I? Back at the Atari Age site, they also sell homebrews in their store. And they also have like the Pac-Man collection for the Atari 7800. That's where I got the Beef Drop, which is like the Burger Time clone for the Atari 7800. They have a million, oh that's exaggerating, a dozen, hundreds of of homebrews for the Atari 2600, 1700, and other retro systems. We all know about Craigslist, but I was going to show you how bad my Craigslist is. If I type in Intellivision, 2 results. If I type in Atari, which I did earlier, 2 results again. It's not very good for retro gaming. I don't live in the best area. A lot of people you also might not know that Goodwill now has an auction site like eBay. And I think a lot of people are catching on to this too, because I've heard some people get some good deals, but I think some things are going a little bit more now. Let's see, home electronics. Is there just a video games category? Or do I have to go under computers and electronics? Dolls, toys, games. Maybe it's under games. Games. No, it's probably back in electronics. We'll just search for Atari here and see what happens. Is there a search? I'm running out of time here. I only got one other site to show you anyway. Atari system with 30 games, it's already at $17. Ends tomorrow. I think a lot of people are finding out about this site now. I think some people were getting some good deals at first. Some of the Goodwills are selling their stuff here instead of in the stores, I guess. I'm not really sure the whole story behind this. And finally, Kijiji, which now is also through eBay. If you just go to Kijiji Classifieds and go to the eBay that's through Kijiji, it's identical. It's like a mirror image of each other. If I go into gaming for my area, it's barren. No one uses Kijiji around here. It's made a Canadian thing. One listing today, one listing yesterday, one listing back in September, in the 25th, another listing back in the 18th. It's pretty bad here. No one uses Kijiji. But it's another option. Maybe it's better in your area. Maybe it's better in your Chicago and New York and wherever you guys are. Well, I'm at 1443, so I got to end this video. And I'll put links to all these. These are great sites if you want someplace else to buy your games. I'm out of time, but I'll try to edit this in somewhere. I forgot about GameGavel.com. It's the alternative to eBay. It's an auction site just for gaming. They're trying to make it big, but they're having trouble making it big because a lot of people still don't want to go away from eBay. Because a lot of sellers are used to selling their stuff where there's a lot of buyers. There's not really a lot of buyers here, but they're trying their hardest to make this site boom just for gamers. I know one of my subscribers has a couple Intellivision auctions up there right now, Mr. Atari Leaf, so he probably needs your help here too. So thanks for watching.